What is up, guys? Luke from 8-Bit Plus back again with another one, and today we're going to be talking about the PS5 showcase that just happened. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. We just got a release date for the PS5, a price for the PS5 disc-based system and the digital system, and we got a ton of game stuff to get into. So before we get started, make sure you smash like as well as subscribe with bell notifications turned on if you like videos like this. But without any further ado, let's get right into it. So the first thing that we heard about in the showcase that I want to talk about is the new Final Fantasy game. We just got a Final Fantasy 16 announcement, and you know, I'm not a big Final Fantasy fan. I never really have been, but this one looks really good, and this is also a generation that I've been very just kind of like excited about, because obviously I'm doing YouTube videos, and we're looking at new games as they get announced and things like that. So this has been a really hype time for me. So even games that I didn't grow up with or I'm not like that into, I'm now like super excited about. So Final Fantasy 16, you know, with that being said, I'm not like way up here, but I'm about up here with it. So it looks really fun. The combo system looks awesome. The visuals look great too. They don't look like they were developed for PS5, unfortunately, but they have this kind of like Last of Us Part 2 kind of vibe to them. It looks really good. The combo system looks awesome, and I'm really excited for what we're gonna see as we go into it. But like I was saying again, it has a kind of the visual style. It looks like Last of Us Part 2, but I'm assuming this game is going to be an open world game. So just imagine the visuals of Last of Us Part 2, but in an open world environment. So it's definitely going to be a graphical upgrade, just maybe not as impressive as maybe a game that was like developed 2 or 3 years into the lifespan of a console. So still really exciting though. The story looks compelling as well. It's kind of a medieval type of style to it, and like, just forgive me if I'm like sound like a complete noob. Maybe a lot of Final Fantasy games were like that, but whenever I think Final Fantasy, I think kind of like a futuristic sort of setting. So maybe I'm totally wrong on that. Let me know in the comments below how wrong I am, if I am, but still a game that I'm moderately excited for. The next game that we saw was Spider-Man Miles Morales. It was kind of a second look into the game. Once again here, this game looks very much so like it was a DLC that was planned for the PS4. Visuals, not all that impressive, not something that's like making me super hype and want like to buy a PS5 to get those upgraded visuals or anything, but there's still a lot here. The combo system looks amazing with stringing combos together. It looks and feels a lot like too that you're like playing through a movie, more so than I think even this current generation has felt, just by watching it. You know, obviously that's a different kind of feel altogether than actually playing the game, but still one that I'm really excited for. I still need to play the original Spider-Man though, so I can kind of, you know, get caught up with you know, how Insomniac is developing these games, but still one to really be excited for in the upcoming future. Okay, so Legacy of Hogwarts is the next one that we saw. This one I don't think is an exclusive game, but we haven't heard anything from the Series X, so I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that this is an exclusive game for the PS4. We didn't get much outside of a cinematic trailer that, by the way, did look really awesome, but really we didn't get a whole lot. So this one we're gonna have to wait and see, but still something to be excited about, especially for you Harry Potter fans. Gonna be a cool one. And then we got another look at Black Ops Cold War. This is one that I started off very cold with. If you have been watching my channel for a little while, you know that I'm not the biggest of Call of Duty fans. I do appreciate the series, and I know that a lot of people love the series. That's that's why it breaks sales records when they come out with a new game, and it's always a top selling game for many months when it comes out. So I know that a lot of you guys love it, so I did want to report on it. And this is one that I've gone from Cold War to actually pretty hot on. I think I'm gonna own this game when it comes out. The single player campaign looks really good, and also on top of that, they did announce that there's going to be a multiplayer alpha for the PS4. It's exclusive to the PS4, so sorry Xbox One owners, if you don't have a PS4 you cannot play this, but it's going to be a short little beta, or it's going to be an alpha, so you know, gonna have some issues, but it's still really cool for Call of Duty fans. That is going to take place on the 18th to the 20th, so just kind of a heads up on that. And then we got Resident Evil 8. Still not much to go off here. It was more cinematic stuff, but it does look like a really interesting Resident Evil game. Maybe a little bit different than what we've experienced in the past. Once again, just like with the PS5 showcase reaction, I'm still just getting started with Resident Evil. There's still very much a lot of Resident Evil that I need to experience. So I can't really comment on the characters and stuff like that. There was no one in there that I was like, oh, that character's in there. So I just wanted to kind of let you guys know that you know, it looks good. I'm excited for it. So if you're a big into Resident Evil, I'm assuming you're going to be pretty stoked for it too. We got another look at Deathloop as well, another game that I was really stoked for when it first got announced a couple of months ago in the previous PS5 showcase when they announced the console. Game looks great. It's definitely going to be a day one purchase for me. It's right up my alley. It's a game that I think I would have a really good time streaming as well. So, and by the way, I do stream every Thursday, Friday, Saturday evening over at Facebook Gaming. Link is in the description if you want to go and check it out. And they did kind of enlighten us a little bit around the story of how this game is, kind of the story that this game is based around. And there is 8 targets that we need to take down in one loop cycle. And there's a lot of strategy to this game as well. So it's going to be more than just kind of running and gunning. You need to strategize. You need to plan out your attack before you go and do it. And I think that was a neat look in to what is going to be available with this thing. Then we got another look at Oddworld. Oddworld Soulstorm trailer. It looks humorous. It looks fun. It looks Oddworldy. Not much to really go off there. So I'm excited for it. It may not be a day one purchase. I may wait for a sale on this one, but we'll see what we get from the developer before the game gets announced. Maybe I'll get a little bit more fired up about it. Five Nights at Freddy's, a new Five Nights at Freddy's game. Guys, I know you guys are excited for that. For you Five Nights at Freddy's fans, we got a whole new game. It looks great, and it's great for people that like that series. I'm personally a complete and utter chicken, and I probably won't be playing this game, but I know that a lot of you out there are really excited for it. Demon Souls. We got a Demon Souls gameplay trailer. Last announcement, we just had a trailer in itself. We had no gameplay in the last announcement, but in this announcement, we got a good probably 2 or 3 minutes of gameplay, maybe even more. The visuals look stunning. The sound design is incredible. When you're walking over certain surfaces, you hear it. I listened to the whole thing with my headphones on, and it was absolutely fantastic. And of course, they show the character dying in the trailer. I thought that was a really just nice touch to just kind of, for anyone that knows about Dark Souls games, you know that they're very difficult, and they're very it's a very high level of accomplishment when you do finally beat bosses, but it ain't gonna be a walk in the park. It's gonna be a hard game. So this new Demon Souls game does look really awesome, and the gameplay trailer got me even more hyped for it. And we have one more game announcement. It's like barely able to be called a game announcement, but we do, it looks like, have a new God of War. It's probably very, very early in development, and there really isn't a whole lot to grab onto from what they showed us, but it is an announcement, so we can look forward to a new God of War game. And finally, the moment that we've all been waiting for way longer than we should have needed to wait for, we have the PS5 console announcement, and we have a new update with PlayStation Plus. So as far as the console goes, very, very, makes sense. We have the digital only console coming in at $399 at launch, and the disc-based console $100 more at $49.99 at launch. Not a big surprise if you've been kind of tracking the rumors and news based around the PS5 console. This is kind of where a lot of content creators have really pegged, and myself included, have really pegged the two consoles being priced at. I don't think there's a power difference. I think they're both equally as powerful, so it's not like the Series X and the Series S where you have a noticeable downgrade in power, but you have a better value as far as price goes. I think these are both the same CPU, GPU, RAM, all that stuff is going to be the same. Just one has a disk and a disk drive, and one doesn't have a disk drive. So if you download all of your games and you have no desire to buy physical media, then you can go ahead and save $100 and grab that digital based console. Me personally, I'm a big fan of physical media. I will be until they stop doing it, and I will always invest in the one that has the disk drive, even if it means paying out an extra $100. But just a little side note to think about if you're kind of in the middle, there's a lot of games that go on sale physically that never go on sale digitally. So if you want to save money in the long run on games, buy the console that is versatile and it has the option to buy the disc, because I think we can all agree in here that if you have a game that is physically half the price of a digital version of the game, we'll probably just buy the physical copy, even if we lean more to the digital side of things. So I would invest the extra $100 in the disc-based version, just so that maybe you can save in the long run, and you probably will end up saving in the long run if you're kind of watching for the physical and digital media side of things. And then lastly, guys, we got a PS Plus announcement. It's basically a exclusive to PS5 thing. It's kind of an update to the PS Plus service, but it was very vague. It seems like I have no idea yet, but it seems like it's going to be sort of a Game Pass type of service for the PS5. And the good news is they did say that you can download these games onto your system and play them, and they're showing off all these great exclusives from the PlayStation 4 that you're going to be able to download on your PS5. So there is going to be some level of backwards compatibility if they're going to work with original discs. If the system is going to work with the original PlayStation 4 discs, that's still to be determined, so we're really not sure on that. But from what they're showing and from what Microsoft is doing, I think it's fair to say that it's going to be sort of a Game Pass-esque service where you pay monthly or yearly and you get all these games available to you to download onto your console. We'll find out, I'm sure, more about this as people raise kind of questions on it, because Sony was very vague on it. I'm sure we're going to hear something about this, but if I was to guess, I would say this is going to be kind of a Game Pass-esque service. But that's going to do it for my reaction to the PS5 announcement that happened earlier today. That's enough for me, though. I would love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments down below. Are you excited for the games that they showed? They got Resident Evil, the new Demon's Souls game, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and so many more. Please let me know in the comment section what you're most excited for. Also, is the price, you think you're going to pick up a PS5 at the price that it's at right now, or are you going to wait a couple of years till you pick one up? As well as the release date. Are you excited for November release, or did you feel like it should have came out earlier? Please let me know in the comments section down below. And then also, if you got value out of this video, do me a big favor and smash like as well as subscribe for more content like this with bell notifications turned on. And lastly, I do have a Patreon for those of you that are into this content and you want to help me sustain this channel. The link is in the description. Go and check out our Patreon, and you can support us for as little as $1 a month to help us create more content like this and up that production value even more than it already is. But until next time, Loot from 8-Bit Plus signing out, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless.